smoking, and vaping are prohibited. All NSAC property, facilities, and market structures. While the Apprentice School welcomes photography and sporting events, flash photography is strictly prohibited. Artificial noise makers, bigger horns, and electric amplifiers are also prohibited. Using too many of these could result in your removal from the facility. Thank you for your support of the New South Athletic Conference. For the latest news, notes, scores, and more from the tournament, visit the official hall of the builders at gobuilders.com/NSAC basketball. Links to live stats and video for the entire tournament can be found at gobuilders.com/NSAC basketball. And fans, our concession stand is open for all of your game day treats. Located in the hallway behind the visitors' bench, be sure to visit our concession stand. The new South Athletic Conference of the USCAA is looking at sportsmanship from student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated. Our grounds for you open the side competition. We thank you for your cooperation in the promotion of good sportsmanship at today's event.
No, right the lineups. Right the lineups. They should have it. No, man.
Now one.
Yeah, we need one more as a backup.
One of those.
Does one of them say game ball on it?
Conference basketball tournament. Today's women's semifinal matchup features
And gentlemen, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the 2025-2026 New South Athletic Conference Women's Basketball Tournament here at the Apprentice School in Newport News, Virginia. Once again, we want to say welcome. Hello, everyone. Howard McCain here to bring you the play-by-play of this afternoon's contest. Dave Davenport and Mike Davenport right alongside me as our engineer and our cameraman, where this afternoon your Lady Builders will be taking on the Gladiators of South Carolina Central Christian College. Aisha Gady, in her first season at the helm for the Lady Builders, brings her Lady Builders into this afternoon's contest with an overall season record of 12-9. They went undefeated in conference play, and that earned them the number 2 seed in this afternoon's tournament game. Across the court, Barinder Sandhu, in his first season at the helm for the Gladiators, brings his basketball team into today's contest with a 4-12 record, 2-2 conference record that earned them the number 4 seed in the tournament. Both of these teams are vying for an opportunity to continue to advance towards the championship game in this tournament, where whoever wins today will take on the number 6 seed Millennia Atlantic out of Doral, Florida, who knocked off the number 2 seed in the tournament just a moment ago, 66-46. Both teams have been introduced. We are at the center court logo, ready to tip things off. I will give you the starting lineup for both teams in just a moment, as that was last touched by the Lady Builders. It will be Gladiator basketball. Your starters for the Lady Builders are Dejanelle Linton Robinson, Joy Wright, Jayla Stratton, Cornasia Lamberson, and Neandra Kelly make up your starters for Aisha Gainey's Lady Builders. Gladiators, their first shot off the mark, rebound taken by Linton Robinson. Builders, a little bit of pressure on offense, get it inside to Lamberson, her left-hander off the mark. Loose ball gathered by Neandra Kelly. Builders with 15 on the shot clock as the Gladiators are in a matchup zone. Pass goes inside, slapped away from Dejanelle Linton Robinson out of bounds off of her knee, so that'll be a turnover for the Lady Builders. For the Gladiators, their starters: Maya Brown, Adriana Henderson, Hannah Goodman, Devonna Barnes, and Mackenzie Evans make up your starters, as Henderson handles the basketball for the Gladiators. We are scoreless here in this first period. Gladiators inside shot is blocked. Mackenzie Evans has her first attempt blocked by Linton Robinson. Shot clock now at 9 for the Gladiators. Here's Evans. Shot clock now at 5. Evans goes baseline. Her pass is going to be thrown out of bounds. Pass meant for Goodman. So that'll be a turnover for the Gladiators. Jayla Stratton working against pressure by the Gladiators. Loose ball on the floor. They're going to say Stratton was touching the basketball while she was laying out of bounds. So that'll be the second turnover for the Lady Builders. Early in this first period, we're still scoreless. That's the Lady Builders' second turnover. Barely have played a minute and a half of this afternoon's game. Is that long rebound taken in by Barnes. Barnes once again. Two-man basketball with Henderson. Gladiators thought about the shrink three, nothing doing. Shot clock now at 5. That one is good if it goes, and it does for Maya Brown. Maya Brown is going to be their biggest scoring threat as the Gladiators ramp up the defense in the backcourt. We're going to get a timeout, smart timeout by Coach Aisha Gainey as Joy Wright got herself caught. So we're going to take a timeout, media timeout. We'll take it with them. 3-0 Gladiators over the Lady Builders. Quick timeout there by Aisha Gainey as Joy Wright found herself in a lot of trouble as she was trapped in the backcourt with no outlet. So the Lady Builders will try this one more time, down 3-0 here early in the first period. As Kelly looks to inbound. Builders find themselves in the same position again, but this time there's going to be a foul. That foul is going to be credited to Hannah Goodman. That is her first personal foul and the team's first of the period. Builders having all kinds of trouble getting the ball inbound as that one goes out of bounds. They're going to say it was last touched by Joy Wright. So early on, Builders having a lot of trouble settling down here in this first period. Builders are yet to score. Builders so far only one shot attempt as that one is good. That's the second three from Mia Brown. Builders this time easily break the press and it leads to a run out layup for Lamberson. Builders needed that bad. As the Gladiators put a lot of pressure on the Builder defense, that shot off the mark for Goodman. So the score on the scoreboard is incorrect. It says 8-0. It should be 6-2. They'll get that corrected here in just a moment. Kelly, her launch from 3. Air ball. So that air ball will turn the basketball back over to the Gladiators. As Mia Brown has all the points in the basketball game for her team, the Gladiators. The last time these two teams played, she had 9 points, 8 rebounds. She was the leading scorer for the Gladiators. Thought that may have been a carry that got overlooked there. It's a play on with the shot clock now at 5. Gladiators force the shot, and they're going to whistle the foul. They're going to give that one to Joy Wright, which is going to be her first personal foul and the team's first. So that will put the Gladiators at the line. Adriana Henderson, freshman out of Lexington, South Carolina, at the line to shoot 2. And she misses the first of 2. Folks, I did not give you our officials for this afternoon's contest. William Johnson, Cameron Sims, and Michael Collier make up your officiating crew for this tournament game. As both free throws are missed, basketball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Henderson of the Gladiators. Score stays the same, 6-2. As Joy Wright handles the basketball, nearly lost it. Stratton now working against the man-to-man defense by the Gladiators. Gladiators really are speeding the Builders up offensively, as that shot is off the glass for Joy Wright, but she is fouled. They're going to whistle Mia Brown for her first personal foul, the team's second. So that'll put Joy Wright at the opportunity to try to score the basketball with the clock stopped at 6:11 remaining in the first period. Builders trail here 6-2. Wright hits the first. So again, just from my observation, it looks like offensively the Builders have not settled down to play their style of basketball. The Gladiators have actually sped them up and forced them to play Gladiator style of offense. And that's really not the type of offense that the Builders excel at, as the second of 2 by Joy Wright is off the mark. Gladiators back on the attack with Henderson. Her spin move off the glass is good. Kelly gets it ahead to Cornasia Lamberson. Linton Robinson is going to be fouled. So they're going to give that one to Mia Brown. That is already Mia Brown's second personal foul of the first period. So what is Barinder Sandhu going to do here? He's going to take her out of the contest, and rightfully so. She's being replaced by Destiny Fletcher. So that should put Brown on the bench, wow, for quite a while with that second personal foul. So that should give the Builders an opportunity to make some hay defensively, as their best shooter is now on the bench in early foul trouble. Both free throws by Linton Robinson are good. Builders now down by 3. Here's Henderson working against Stratton. Shot blocked by Linton Robinson, her second block of the first period here in this tournament game. So again, with Mia Brown on the bench for the Gladiators, where will the scoring come from? Gladiators having trouble getting the basketball in. They finally do. Fletcher gets it to Barnes. Here's Henderson. Shot clock now at 5. Henderson. Spin move on Stratton. Her shot off the mark. Stratton leading the fast break. Gets it ahead to Kelly. Kelly backs it out. Inside to Linton Robinson. Her shot is up, no good, but she's going to be fouled. That foul is going to be credited to Hannah Goodman. Hannah Goodman, that's her second as well. So 2 starters now with 2 fouls. I apologize. I said Destiny Fletcher came in to relieve Mia Brown. That wasn't Destiny Fletcher. Destiny Fletcher is now on the court, as that foul shot by Linton Robinson goes down. She is now 3 for 3 from the charity stripe. Builders now within a basket. Nice job by Linton Robinson. She's perfect now at the line. 4 for 4. Builders now down by a single point. Here's Henderson. Maya Middleton is the player that actually came in for the Gladiators, who I thought was Destiny Fletcher. That shot off the mark. It did not touch anything, so the shot clock does not reset, but possession does stay with the Gladiators. Feed inside, shot off the mark. Second shot off the mark, rebound taken by Joy Wright. So again, with two starters now off the floor for the Gladiators, looks like their philosophy has changed a little bit on defense. Not as much pressure being put on the Builders defensively as it was when Brown and Goodman were on the floor. Henderson shoots from three. Shot off the mark. Linton Robinson with the rebound. And we're going to have a foul in the backcourt. That foul is going to be credited to Mackenzie Evans. That's her first personal foul, the team's fifth. So for the remaining 4:23 of the first period, the Lady Builders will be in the double bonus. As Shayla Rain Lord makes her way into the ball game along with Lundy, seeing their first action, and that'll put Linton Robinson back at the line. She's 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. Make it 5 for 5. We're now tied here. After a bit of a frenetic first period, Lady Builders have settled down just a little bit, looking a little bit more comfortable out there as Linton Robinson now leads all scorers on the floor. Pretty much all of her points coming from the free throw line. She has 6. Here's Middleton. Middleton being guarded by a much taller player in Joy Wright. Middleton can't find anywhere to go with the basketball. And they're going to go to, I think we're getting a timeout. Was there a timeout? I'm not sure. Yep, so timeout taken by Sandhu. And what is a 30-second timeout? Tell you what, we will stay here. Lady Builders have fought, bitten, scraped, scratched to get themselves into the lead in this basketball game after a really slow start offensively. But thanks to some easy baskets and also thanks to her shooting prowess at the free throw line, Linton Robinson has gotten the Lady Builders not only back into this contest, but has given them the lead now 9-8 as the Gladiators are trying to overcome some early foul trouble from Mia Brown and from Hannah Goodman. They both have 2 personal fouls, which means we may not see them until we go into the second period. And there's no guarantee we won't see them at the beginning of the second period. So let's see what Barinder Sandhu and his basketball team are able to do as Ariana Pierce makes her debut in the basketball game. Middleton tries to get it in to Henderson, but Lord able to poke it away. Shot clock at 9. Curious to see if the Gladiators know what the shot clock situation is, as it's now at 5. Here's Middleton, 3, 2. They get one off. That one is good if it goes. 3-point shot off the mark. Loose ball tracked down by Cornesia Lamberson, but her foot slid out of bounds. So that'll be another turnover credited to the Builders. That is now their 3rd turnover of the basketball game. Here's Fletcher. Fletcher. A lot of traffic over there on the baseline, and it results in a turnover. Builders forced the second turnover for South Carolina Central Christian College out of Doral, Florida. Looks like the Gladiators have gone back to a matchup zone. Kick into the corner. That's a 3 off the mark for Lord. A lot of energy in the arena for this basketball game. As you can hear, it's tournament time. as the South Carolina Central Christian College Gladiator men's basketball team here to cheer on their ladies team as Kelly shot is off the mark, but she's fouled. That foul is going to go to Jatanya Brown, her first personal foul. Builders already in the double bonus, so Kelly will go to the line where the Lady Builders shoot about 60% as a team from the charity stripe. Her shot off the mark. Builders right now 7 of 9 from the free throw line. Kelly with another. That one goes down. Builders now up by a bucket, 10-8. Gladiators really haven't scored the basketball much at all since Goodman and Brown went off the floor. Builders with an opportunity as Lundy gets it to Linton Robinson. Linton Robinson's right-hander off the glass, good for 2. This looks more like your Lady Builders on offense, as the Gladiators slow the pace way down, and there's going to be a backcourt violation. Middleton lost track of how much time it took to get the basketball over the timeline. Shot clock ticked down to 19, and the whistle came. So that'll be now their 4th turnover of the afternoon. Builders looking to build on their lead. Lamberson to Lundy. Builders attack the basket with Lord. Her shot off the mark. No foul call on the putback as Middleton gets it to Henderson. 2 minutes remaining in the first period. Henderson decides to shoot from 3. That one didn't even touch rim. I mean, that was nothing but the bottom of the basket as the Builder lead has been trimmed now to 1. As Lundy circles out to reset the offense. Here's Kelly. 90 seconds remaining in the first period. Kelly's runner off the mark, but she's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. They're going to give that foul to Pierce. That'll be her first personal foul. So Kelly, who was just at the line a moment ago, hit 1 of 2, has another opportunity to add to the Builder lead, which currently sits at 1. That would hit the exact same spot on the rim. Her first hit. Now, we know she was successful with her second foul shot, so let's see if she can repeat that action once again. Try to give the Builders a little bit of breathing room. And she does the same thing. So Kelly will have a seat. Jayla Stratton will make her way back onto the floor as the Builders with some backcourt pressure, and they commit the foul. Sierra Lundy is going to be credited with her first personal foul. That's only the team's second of the period. 68 seconds remaining in the first period. Builders up by 2. Middleton tracks down the long outlet, but she loses it. Shot wasn't blocked. She lost it on the way up. So that'll be a turnover. Turnover number 5 now. And we have a stoppage in play as one of the Gladiator players needs to tie up her shoe. The Builders are 2-0 all time versus the Gladiators. Now, the last time these two teams played, it was during the MLK Classic that took place here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center on January the 17th. Lady Builders got out of here with a 49-33 victory over the Gladiators. Last time these two played, the Gladiators shot 12 of 62 on the game. Folks, that's 19% shooting. So we'll see if the Builders can force them into some bad shots. That ball was kicked, so that'll reset the shot clock to 20. 1:09 remaining in the first period. Lady Builders, this is their first action in this year's tournament. As the feed goes inside to Lamberson. Lamberson, nothing there. She kicks it out. Shot clock now at 5 as we're now under a minute remaining in the first period. That shot off the mark. Rebound tied up. And there will not be a jump ball situation. The shot clock expired because Lundy's shot did not touch the rim. As Coach Sandhu decides to gamble, he brings Mia Brown back onto the floor. She's out there with 2 fouls. Builders with some backcourt pressure as Brown gets it to Fletcher. Fletcher tests the baseline. Things got tight down there. Her shot off the mark. Back come the Builders with Lundy. Here's Lord. Her shot off the mark, but she's going to be fouled. So the foul's starting to mount up a little bit here. Okay, I'm sorry. They gave that one to Middleton, not Brown. So for Middleton, that is her first personal foul. So that will put Shayla Rain Lord at the line. 22.1 seconds remaining in the first period. Lord drains the first. Still just a 1-possession lead for the Lady Builders. If Rain is able to hit this one, that'll put the Builders up by 2 scores. And she does just that. Builders immediately go into a full-court press. It's Brown. Unable to handle it, she turns it over. That'll be turnover number 6. So 19.9 seconds remaining in the first period. Builders can hold for the last shot. As Coach Sandhu brings in Henderson and Barnes. Coach Gainey quickly counters with substitutions of her own. Here's Wright. And then she's going to be whistled for a traveling violation. So 15.9 seconds left in the first period. Lady Builders with some pressure. That's Middleton. Looks to throw it in. Henderson gets the basketball as the Builders sprint back into their defensive set. Game clock now down to 5 as Henderson works against Lord. Henderson, spin move. Shot off the glass, no good, and that is how the first period of action will end here in the 2025-2026 New South Athletic Conference Women's Basketball Tournament. Your Lady Builders finish up 1, up 4. We'll take a break and be back.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
Mia Brown leads all scores for the Gladiators. She has 6. Linton Robinson leads all scores for the Lady Builders. She has 8. Now, Linton Robinson has 8, but the majority of that is from the free throw line, where she is 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Builders, 11 of 14 from the free throw line, while the Gladiators are 0 for 2 from the free throw line. So Builders have the right idea of getting the basketball to the basket, and either one of two things are going to happen. Either the Gladiators are going to foul you, or you're going to get an easy shot at the rim. Second period starts here. It's Linton Robinson. I'm sorry, not Linton Robinson sets the screen for Stratton. Stratton, tough shot. Off the mark. Gladiators unable to bring that one in, as Brown and Goodman, who both have 2 fouls apiece, are back on the floor for the Gladiators. Stratton looking to inbound. Long outlet to right. As the Builders work now with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Lamberson tries to set the screen. As Linton Robinson gets it to Kelly. Kelly, air ball. Henderson gets the loose ball over to, I'm sorry, that wasn't Henderson. That was Goodman. Gets the ball to Henderson. So even with Brown and Henderson on the bench, Builders were unable to take advantage of that opportunity to try to put some space between themselves and the Gladiators, as that shot off the mark. Rebound comes off to Stratton. Stratton, nice job of breaking down the defense, gets it to Joy Wright, who finishes with the left hand, and the Builders, with their largest lead of the afternoon, 6 over the Gladiators. Winner of this game will take on Millennia Atlantis, the number 6 seed, as that shot off the mark. Henderson is fouled. They're going to give that foul to Neandra Kelly, her first personal foul. That'll be the team's first of the second quarter. So that'll put Adriana Henderson at the free throw line. She'll be shooting 2. Gladiators still unable to hit anything at the free throw line. They're now 0 for 3. Henderson still sitting at 5. Henderson misses them both. Charity Stripe has been unkind to the Gladiators so far in the first half. Right. To Linton Robinson. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Feed inside, Linton Robinson. Builders track down a loose ball. Now with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Kelly. Kelly stops. Air ball. And that's going to be another shot clock violation. Another turnover for the Lady Builders. That will be the Lady Builders' 6th turnover. Here's Brown. Brown with 6 off of the strength of 2 made 3-point baskets. Here's Henderson. She shoots from 3. Air ball. So back-to-back air balls for each team. We're now just under 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Lady Builders now with their largest lead, looking to add to it on this possession. Lady Builders have been really successful getting the basketball inside for some really high percentage shots against this Gladiator defense. Stratton to right. Step through. Shot off the glass. The putback is good, and the Builders now with an 8-point lead. So you may start to see a little bit of urgency out of the Gladiators offensively. That shot up early off the front of the rim. And I believe there's going to be a foul call on the baseline. Yep. Cornesia Lamberson will be credited with her first personal foul, the team's 2nd of the period, as Mackenzie Evans, who attempted that last shot, crashed down into the lane and was able to get her own rebound. In a perfect world, you want every one of your shooters to do that, right? You want them to crash the boards and go after their own rebound as Linton Robinson gets her third block of the afternoon, leads to a fast break opportunity for Stratton. Stratton has the basketball, taken away. Nice defense by the Gladiators. Outlet pass could not be controlled by Mackenzie Evans. That'll be another turnover for the Gladiators. That is now their 8th turnover of the first half. Gladiators have settled into a 2-3 defense. That's right, able to get it inside to Lamberson. Lamberson, silky smooth with the right hand. She banks it in, and the Builders now have their largest lead. It's now been pushed up to double digits. Lady Builders now lead by 10 over the Gladiators. That's Henderson. Works the perimeter, near travel right there. It's Brown. Able to get past the defense, but unable to finish at the rim. Here's Brown. She's already been successful from 3 twice. She's now been successful from behind the arc 3 times. She now has 9. Lamberson was bumped. No whistle, though. Last touch by the Gladiators. Officials deciding to let them play out there, because that looked like a pretty obvious foul on that shot on the baseline, but no whistle. So basketball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Gladiators. It's Builder basketball with 17 seconds on the shot clock. As the Gladiators start to sink their defense deep into the lane to try to deny the entry pass to either Lamberson or Linton Robinson. Kelly turns it over. That's the Builders' 7th. Evans. High arcing shot goes down, and the Builder lead now has been cut in half. It's now 5. No foul call on the screen as the Builders turn it over again. Builders have to value the basketball. That is now their 8th turnover. Here's Henderson. Shot off the mark. Stratton. Builders with an opportunity, and they turn it over again. Evans pulls the Gladiators within 3. Gladiators on a 7-0 run as the Builders turn it over again. That is 3 straight turnovers now for the Builders. You have to value the basketball. This is tournament action. Gladiators now on a 9-0 run have trimmed the Builder lead down to 1 off of the strength of some poor ball management by the Lady Builders. Lady Builders' lead has been cut to 1.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
12-3, Gladiators versus the Builders on points off turnovers. Lady Builders have turned the basketball over 10 times, have led to 12 points for the Gladiators. Builders have to see where the basketball is going to go when they pass it. You just can't pass it and hope it gets to the player you want it to get to. As a player for the Gladiators is on the floor, and we're now going to get a stoppage in play. As Coach Aisha Gainey is arguing that the officials cannot stop the basketball when an injured player for the other team is on the floor. So once the basketball is put back into play, Lady Builders will have 12 seconds on the shot clock. I'm not sure which player went down. I can't see the player's number, but she went down and immediately grabbed her knee. So, of course, the hope is that it isn't anything serious. Player on the floor, I believe, is – okay, I'm not going to speculate because I think the player I thought it was, I see her in the huddle for the Gladiators. Your hope is that maybe, just maybe, it may have been knee-to-knee contact and it's nothing really serious. But a quick reset, 21-20 is our score. Gladiators currently on a 9-0 run. Gladiators now with 3 total timeouts. Builders now with 2. Builders have committed 2 team fouls. Gladiators yet to commit a foul here in this period, as I believe the player that is on the floor is Hannah Goodman. She is been raised to her feet. She's gingerly making her way off the floor. So, of course, we won't speculate as to what her injury might be. We just want her to be okay. So Lady Builders need to use this as an opportunity as we head towards the half to kind of slow things down and get back to running their half-court offense the way they're comfortable with. Gladiators defensively have really done a great job of making the Lady Builders really speed up on offense. As Rain, travels with the basketball. That is now the Builders' 11th turnover of the evening. So after all of that, the Gladiators now have an opportunity to seize the lead once again, as we're now around 4 minutes remaining in the first half. That's going to be a traveling violation. So that'll be a turnover for the Gladiators as Brown traveled with the basketball along the baseline. That is now the 8th turnover for the Gladiators. Here's Lundy. Builders work the perimeter with Lord. Lord, her jumper, off the mark. Lady Builders now 5 of 17, 5 of 18 shooting. Henderson gets it to Brown. Brown with 9 points. Builders tap the basketball away. 10 seconds on the shot clock as Brown finds Henderson. Henderson, her runner, off the mark. Put back up and good for Brown. Brown now has 11, and the Gladiators now have the lead. Gladiators on an 11-0 run. Builders unable to solve this defense as Lundy nearly turns it over again. Offensively, Builders looking unnerved as Lundy looks absolutely beside herself on the court after nearly turning that basketball over. Builders have to shorten that distance, folks, between the person that is passing the ball and the person that is receiving it. As Lundy goes baseline, she's going to be fouled. They're going to give that foul to Mackenzie Evans. That is her second personal foul. That's the team's first of the period. So someone who's listening may say, well, what do you mean? If Lundy is trying to pass the ball to Kelly, Kelly has to come towards the basketball as it's arriving to her. She can't stand and wait for it to come. She has to shorten the distance that the basketball has to travel during the pass. If you do that, you cut down the opportunity for the defense to steal the basketball. And that's going to be another shot clock violation by the Lady Builders. That's going to be their 12th turnover. Stratton is going to make her way back into the basketball game for Lundy, I believe. And Wright will come in for Lord. 11-0 run by the Gladiators. Here's Brown. Jatania Brown gets the basketball to Mia Brown. Brown working off of a screen. Brown, I can't see him being blocked by the official. I can't see any of the action, but the Lady Builders come away with it with Wright. That's turnover number 9 now for the Gladiators. Lady Builders looking to try to stop this run. Feed inside. Another pass picked off. That is turnover number 12. As the Gladiators get their offensive set from their head coach, Henderson. Feed inside to Evans. Evans nowhere to go with the basketball. She has her shot blocked, but the basketball will stay on this end. Shot clock has 12 on it. As Coach Sandhu continues to yell out directions to his offense. Stratton last touched it, so still in this end. 10 seconds now on the shot clock for the Gladiators. Evans looking to Brown. Feed inside to Fletcher. Fletcher, they called a, oh my gosh, they called a foul call. I thought she traveled, but they're going to say the reason why she traveled was because she got bumped by Linton Robinson. So for Linton Robinson, that'll be her first personal foul, the team's third, so no foul shots. Shot clock has been reset for 20 seconds. 1:29 remaining on the game clock as Brown gets it into Henderson. Henderson. And it's going to be lost out of bounds by Brown, so that will be turnover number 10 for the Gladiators. Builders have committed 12 turnovers. Lady Builders average about 21 turnovers per game, as Cornesia Lamberson gets back her own rebound, has the basketball taken away. We're now under a minute remaining in the first half. Here's Brown. Brown for 3. And she hits. 14-0 run. As the Lady Builders been unable to solve this defense, as Wright goes right at Evans. Shot off the mark, no foul call. Here's Brown. Brown with 11. As Coach Sandhu yells out directions to his offense once again. Brown, who just hit from 3. Evans, that's a tough shot. That baseline jumper is the toughest shot, in my opinion, in basketball. As the Builders are going to be whistled for a backcourt violation. So that'll be turnover number 14 for the Builders in the first half. If things have just absolutely unraveled for the Builders offensively and defensively, for that matter. 14-0 run now by the Gladiators. So everyone was saying backcourt, but the official said that the ball, I don't understand that one, but as it goes, that shot comes off. And that will be the last shot of the first half here of the 2025-2026 New South Athletic Conference Women's Basketball Tournament. After one half of play, Lady Builders trail the Gladiators of South Carolina Central Christian College 25-24. We will take a break. We will be back with first half stats and second half action. Come back with us We'll see you soon. Welcome back, everybody. We are ticking down the final seconds of halftime here at the 2025-2026 New South Athletic Conference Women's Basketball Tournament as your Lady Builders take on the Gladiators of South Carolina Central Christian College out of Doral, Florida. Lady Builders trail at the half by 4 thanks to a 14-0 run prior to halftime by the Gladiators. That run led by Maya Brown for the Gladiators. She has 11 points. She hasn't missed a shot. She is 3 for 3 from the behind the arc. Team is 10 of 35 shooting in the first half for 28%. 3 of 6 from behind the arc for 50%. Leading scorer for the Lady Builders is Linton Robinson. She has 9. Most of her shots or points were made from the free throw line as the Builders put a lot of pressure on the offense of the Gladiators. Shot clock now at 10. Lady Builders in the first half, 5 of 21 shooting. That's 24%. Shot clock now at 3. Shot off the mark for Fletcher. Lady Builders turned the basketball over 14 times in the first half. That led to 15 points for the Gladiators. Lady Builders only able to get 3 points off of turnovers as that rebound taken by Lamberson. Once again, the Gladiators anticipating the pass are getting into the lane and disrupting things for the Lady Builders. Once again, Lady Builders having to make an adjustment on these passes. You have to take a step towards the pass as that foul is whistled on Brown. That'll be her second, team's first of the period. Once again, Builders have to take a step towards the basketball to keep the basketball from getting picked off as that feed inside. I guess it doesn't matter. Lady Builders pick up where they left off. Another shot clock violation. That's their 15th turnover of the game. Builders averaged 21 turnovers. Gladiators as Evans steps inside, shot off the glass for 2. As the Gladiators now on a 16-0 run. 8:20 remaining in the third. Here's Wright. Builders have to figure things out offensively as Linton Robinson forces the shot. Rebound comes off to Maya Brown. Feed inside goes to Evans. Evans just scored a moment ago. Shot off the mark. As one of the clocks in the arena is stuck. Still a play on. As Linton Robinson works it to Stratton with 15 on the shot clock. Kelly has the shot, well, not the shot, but the pass tipped. As Wright forces it. Cornesia Lamberson there with the pit back, and the Builders finally end a 16-0 run by the Gladiators to pull themselves within 4. Brown working against Wright. Wright to Fletcher. Fletcher able to hit the wide open jumper. That puts the Gladiators back up by 6. Kelly works it to Wright. Builders want to go inside. This time Stratton decides to shoot over the top of the defense. Nothing doing as the Gladiators have really started to sag their defense inside to try to put sometimes 2, maybe 3 people around whoever's playing the lane for the Lady Builders, and the Lady Builders offensively haven't made that adjustment yet. Stratton decided to try to shoot over the defense. as Fletcher gets it to Evans. That shot, her high arcing shot off the mark. Shot clock now at 2-1, and that is going to be a shot clock violation. Good defense there by the Lady Builders as we have a player down. That's Jatanya Brown. She's up, but boy, is she grimacing. So she's going to remain in the basketball game. Builders still trailing by 6. As Lundy and Lord make their way onto the floor for the Lady Builders. Lady Builders once again have their pass tipped away. Brown able to gather and hit. Builders now find themselves down by 8, their largest deficit in the contest, as they turn it over for the 16th time in this basketball game. Lamberson loses it, but she's going to be fouled. They're going to give that one to Jatanya Brown. That is her 3rd personal foul. That's only the team's 2nd of the period. Builders continue to try to work the basketball inside as this deficit continues to grow. As Deanna Barnes checks back into the basketball game. She started the basketball game. Lundy gets it to Stratton. Lord. She's tied up, and they're going to call a foul. That foul is going to be given to Adriana Henderson. That will be her 1st personal foul, the team's 3rd. That they did not say Lord was in the act of shooting, so the Builders were inbound. They cannot run the baseline. Lundy with 15 on the shot clock. Here's Stratton. Lord. Shot clock now under 10. Stratton to Lord. Someone has to attack the basket as Lord. Her shot off the mark. Gladiators with an opportunity to go up double digits, as Brown is going to be tied up by Lundy. The jump ball, the possession arrow is in favor of the Lady Builders. So the basketball will come to this end, as I believe we're going to have a timeout. Media timeout. We will take it with them. Lady Builders find themselves down by 8 to the Gladiators here at the tournament.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
Lady Builders find themselves at a -4 out of the halftime locker room. They've been outscored 6-2 out of the halftime locker room and find themselves now down by 8, their largest deficit of the basketball game. Points off turnovers still in favor, heavily in favor of the Gladiators, 19-3. 19-3. Gladiators able to convert 16 Builder turnovers to 19 points. Builders only able to convert 12 Gladiator turnovers into 3 points, as Lord has her shot blocked, but they're going to say she was touched. That's going to go on Destiny Fletcher, her first personal foul, the team's 4th of the period. Lady Builders yet to commit a foul in the period. So that'll put Shayla Rain Lord at the line to try to cut into this 8-point deficit. And the first free throw is good. Again, Builders with only one made basket out of the halftime locker room so far. Still an eternity of basketball still left to be played. As Lord hits the second of 2, and that cuts the Gladiator lead down to 6 as Builders show some pressure on the basketball. Evans nearly turned it over. Wright is going to be the last one to touch it, so the basketball stays on this end. Brown looks to inbound. Brown, tough time finding someone able to get it to Henderson. Shot clock at 15. Here's Henderson. Henderson. And that is going to be a foul on Stratton. So Stratton will pick up her first. That will be the team's first. So that will send Adriana Henderson to the line to shoot 2, the freshman out of Lexington, South Carolina. Henderson with 5 so far. Make it 6, and that pushes the Gladiator lead up to 7. Game well within striking distance for the Lady Builders. As the second of 2 goes down, Lady Builders now find themselves down by 8 to the Gladiators. As Linton Robinson makes her way into the contest. Here's Lundy. Lord gets it inside to Wright. She has it slapped away. Nice defense, but the Gladiators turn it right back over. And guess what the Builders do? They give it right back to the Gladiators. As Henderson now working against Lundy. Here's Evans. A lot of traffic underneath for Evans. Her shot went over the basket. That shot off the mark for Brown. Brown still sits at 11. Here's Lundy. Stratton. As the Gladiators continue to sag their defense deep into the lane to try to cut off any passes inside. So Lundy decides to take matters into her own hands, takes the basketball to the basket, and scores. Lamberson will make her way back onto the floor. Joy Wright will have a seat as the Builders trail now by 6. Maya Middleton will be back on the floor as Barnes will take a seat for the Gladiators. Middleton against Lundy. Middleton looks over the defense. Tries to work off of a screen from Evans. Has a lane to the basket. Her high shot off the mark. Here comes Lundy. Lord goes right at Evans, throws up a wild one, but the Lady Builders able to get the loose ball, and they're going to be fouled as Destiny Fletcher will pick up her second personal foul. That'll be the team's 5th. So for the remaining 2:35 of the third period, Lady Builders will shoot 2. As Joy Wright makes her way back into the basketball game, and Linton Robinson will make her way back to the charity stripe. Linton Robinson so far perfect, and she keeps it that way. She is now 7 for 7 from the free throw line. Builders with an opportunity to trim this lead to 4, and to do just that is Linton Robinson. She now has 10 in the game. Fletcher. Fletcher is going to turn the basketball over on the travel. Builders, who were once down by 9, now have an opportunity to trim this lead to 2, maybe even 1. Feed inside to Lamberson. Right. Baseline. Her shot off the glass and good, and the Lady Builders have now gone on a 7-0 run themselves to get themselves right back into this basketball game as we tick closer to the final period of action in this tournament basketball game. Shot off the mark. Loose ball fought for, and there's going to be a foul whistle. They're going to give that one to Stratton. So for Jayla Stratton, that's her second personal foul in the team second, so no shots. 1:58 remaining in the third. Builders trail by 2. Basketball will stay on this end of the court. Fans didn't like it, neither did the Builder bench. As Brown looks to get the basketball in. Here's Brown to Fletcher. Shot goes out of bounds as it was last touched by Brown. So it'll be Builder basketball with an opportunity to tie this thing up or take the lead. Here's Stratton. Stratton. Wild shot. She may have been tripped as that outlet to Middleton goes out of bounds, so that will be another turnover for the Gladiators. Well, the Gladiators, that is their 16th turnover. Again, they average the same amount of turnovers a game as the Lady Builders, 21. Both teams have definitely done their part to reach that average. Lady Builders now with 19 total turnovers in the basketball game. Gladiators with 15. Only difference is the Gladiators have been able to convert theirs into points. Right, goes right at the defense. Her shot off the mark. Rebound fought for. And it's going to be a jump ball situation. The possession arrow is in favor of the Lady Builders. The officials come over to the scores table to make sure that the possession arrow is correct. So instead of it being Builder basketball, it will be Gladiator basketball. With 1:20 remaining in the third, Lady Builders trailing by a bucket. Winner of this game again will take on Millennia Atlantis out of Doral, Florida. Lady Builders still have work to do here with these Gladiators from South Carolina Central Christian College. As Brown, a lot of dribbling, gets it over to Fletcher. Shot clock now at 10, and we get a whistle. They're going to call that foul. I thought it may have been a 3-second violation, but instead, Mackenzie Evans is going to be whistled for her third personal foul. Gladiators are already in the bonus. As Ariana Pierce so the officials are going to make an administrative call. They had already handed the basketball to Lundy. Once the basketball has been handed to Lundy, a substitution cannot be made. So that means Pierce has to come back off the floor for Evans. We're now under 1 minute remaining in the third. As Lundy gets it to Linton Robinson. Right. She's going to be fouled. They're going to give that foul to Jatania Brown. That is now her fourth. So that will send Joy Wright to the free throw line to shoot 2. The clock stopped at 41.9 seconds. Now, Ariana Pierce.
Joy Wright, line for Builders, shooting 2.
So now Pierce and Barnes can both make their way back onto the floor for the Gladiators. Builders with an opportunity right here to tie the basketball game at 33 apiece if Wright is able to convert both of these free throws. And the first one is absolute beauty. Builders trail by 1. Now, after this free throw make or miss, Gladiators cannot hold for the final shot. As Wright ties the basketball game at 33 apiece. Here's Henderson. Builders in a man-to-man defense. Henderson goes right at Lord. Lord is going to be whistled for the foul. Too much hand checking that time from Shayla Rain Lord. That'll be her first personal foul, the team's third, so no shots. Clock is stopped at 28 seconds. Shot clock, game clock is at 28 seconds. Shot clock reset to 20 seconds. So still, Gladiators cannot hold for the final shot as Henderson. Her runner is good. 35-33, Lundy with the basketball. Lady Builders can hold for the final shot of the period. Of course, the Builders want to try to work that basketball inside. They don't. Lundy misses from 3. Lamberson there with the putback, but she is fouled. They're going to give that one to Ariana Pierce. That'll be her second personal foul. So that will send Lamberson to the free throw line to shoot 2. Clock stopped at 7 seconds remaining. Builders trail by 2. As the arena goes definitely silent, Lamberson misses the first of 2. Lamberson about to hit the second, and she does just that. So Lady Builders trail by 1 as Mackenzie Evans and Jatanya Brown onto the floor. 7 seconds remaining. Lady Builders trail by 1. Here's Brown. Brown able to get it ahead to Evans. Builders just need to defend for 2 more seconds, and they do just that, and that is how the third period of action will end here. Lady Builders trail by 1 as we go into the 4th period here at the New South Athletic Conference Women's Basketball Championship. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
About to start the final period of action here. The Lady Builders taking on the Gladiators of South Carolina Central Christian College out of Doral, Florida. We are setting up for some type of finish. It just comes down to who wants it the most in this period. Builders try to work it inside. They've had trouble doing that all evening. That time they were able to do so as Linton Robinson is going to be tied up. And there's going to be a foul called. That foul call will go on Ariana Pierce. That'll be her 3rd personal foul and the team's first of the final period. Fouls are starting to mount up quite a bit for the Gladiators. Gladiators currently have 3 players with 3 fouls. Linton Robinson may have pulled the string on that one. Shot off the mark. Here's Brown. Brown has been quiet since picking up her 11th point. Fletcher inside. Shot over the rim, no good. Lady Builders with an opportunity to seize the lead. Here's Lord. Her step through shot off the mark. She's fouled though, and they're going to give that one to Pierce. Pierce now has 4. That'll be the team's second, so that will send the Builders to the free throw line to shoot shots as Neandra Kelly is back in the basketball game, the lone senior on this Apprentice School Lady Builder basketball team. This will be her final tournament. Number 2 seed. Lady Builders, they hit the first. We are now tied. Number 2 seed taking on the number 4 seed. Number 2, Lady Builders. Number 4, Gladiators. And the Builders have seized the lead here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center as they turn up the heat in the backcourt. Gladiators able to break the press and allow Brown to go coast to coast. That's enough to drive your coach crazy. You have to stop the basketball in that situation as Lord thought about throwing the basketball inside. Lord decides to take it inside herself, her left-handed runner off the mark. Basketball last touched by the Lady Builders. Henderson handles the basketball as both teams can sense that these possessions are precious down the stretch. Even though there's over 8 minutes left, both teams know that a little bit of a lead is going to be a big deal in this basketball game as Brown handles the basketball. Shot clock now at 5. Evans. Her shot did not hit the rim. That is going to be a shot clock violation. That will be a turnover. That will be the 17th turnover for the Gladiators. Stratton makes her way back into the basketball game along with Joy Wright. So for the Lady Builders, Wright, Stratton, Lamberson, Linton Robinson, and Kelly are your Lady Builders on the floor. These are your starters. As Brown, Henderson, Fletcher, Evans, and Brown make up your 5 for the Gladiators as Linton Robinson's shot is off the mark. Here's Henderson. Again, as each possession is at a premium now for each team. Here's Evans. Shot off the mark. Linton Robinson clears the rebound. Here's Stratton. Stratton looks. Can't find anyone. Starts the play. Kelly. Shot clock at 15. Stratton tests the middle of the defense. Henderson got a hand on the basketball, but Stratton launched it over the backboard out of bounds. Here's Brown. Brown tries to get it to Fletcher. Fletcher unable to corral the errant pass, so it would be Lady Builder basketball. So neither team able to do much of anything with the basketball as we cross from the third period into the final period. So which team can relax and settle down and score the basketball down the stretch? That's going to be interesting to see as Wright pulls it from 3. Her shot off the mark. Loose ball handled by the Gladiators, Brown. Brown, crossover. Goes right at the defense, and she is fouled. They're going to give that one to Joy Wright. That'll be her second personal foul. That'll be the team's first of the period. None of the Lady Builders are in any foul trouble. No one has more than 2. As Maya Brown misses the first, so she'll stay at 11 points, and the Builders will remain 1 point down in this low-scoring basketball game. Second one off the mark. Somehow the Gladiators get the loose rebound. Here's Brown. She launches from 3. Shot off the mark. Rebound taken by the Builders. Builders with an opportunity have numbers. Stratton forces one. But the loose ball is poked out of bounds. So to stay on this end. As Lord will replace Kelly. Builders able to track it down in the backcourt with Lord. Shot clock at 15. Stratton gets over to Wright. Nice pass to Linton Robinson, who throws up an air ball. 3 seconds on the shot clock. It's got to get up. That one would have been good if it went. That's a play on. It did hit the rim. Here's Lord for 3. Shot off the mark. Bit of a lapse right there for the Lady Builders, where they stopped playing even though the basketball hit the rim prior to the shot clock expiring. So 6 minutes remaining. Gladiators hold to a 1 point lead as Brown. Fletcher. And they're going to get a timeout. Gladiators take a timeout. 5:51 remaining in the basketball game. They're going to take a full timeout. Nope, they changed it to immediate. We'll take it with them. We'll be back.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
Both teams with exactly 2 points in the final period. Are you serious? Sorry about that. Exactly 2 points apiece for each team in the fourth quarter so far, 37-36. Lady Builders trail by 1. So you wonder, is it really good defense or just jitters on offense that have caused these teams to be stagnant with scoring here in the final period, as there are 3 seconds now. Brown launches. That one off the mark. Did not hit the rim, so that's a shot clock violation for the Gladiators. Builders with another opportunity to seize the lead if they can score. You can feel some of the tension starting to rise in the arena just a little bit as the Lady Builders are getting opportunities. They just can't convert. Wright works against Brown. Lord launches. Her left-handed shot off the mark, but Lamberson is there with the putback. She now has 9. Lady Builders now lead by 1, shade over 5 minutes left. Both teams battling to advance to the next round. Maya Brown working with the basketball to Fletcher. Fletcher gets it down low to Brown. Her shot partially blocked by Wright. Lamberson gets a full block on Fletcher. Builders now with another opportunity as Coach Aisha Gainey tells them to slow things down and run their half-court offense. Here's Lord. Lord, left-handed. Gets it underneath to Linton Robinson. Linton Robinson banks it in for two, and she adds to her point total. She now has 12, and the Lady Builders now lead by 3. Still an eternity of basketball left. There's still one media timeout. Each team still has 2 on the board as Henderson takes it right into the chest of Lord, and Lord commits the foul. So Shayla Rain Lord will commit her second personal foul, and we are going to have a stoppage. Timeout, media timeout, the final media timeout of the game. 4:10 remaining. Lady Builders up by 3.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
The Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprentice athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit gobuilders.com to get your membership today.
Both teams have now turned the basketball over 19 times this afternoon. South Carolina Central has converted 19 turnovers into 19 points. Lady Builders have converted 19 turnovers into 9 points. So Adriana Henderson will get an opportunity to go to the line to try to cut into this Builder lead, which sits at 3. Clock stopped at 4:10 remaining in this game. Man, this one has been something else as Henderson is off the mark. It's amazing how different regular season basketball and the tournament basketball games are feel and played. The last time these two teams played, Lady Builders won walking away 100-78. But that will not be the case today, as this game will barely even crack 50 on the scoreboard. Kelly and the Builders try to add to this 3-point lead. Here's Rain. Shayla Rain ran into Evans. No foul call. That's a turnover. Here's Maya Brown. She has 11. Hasn't scored in a really long time. She is the leading scorer, I believe, for the Gladiators. She decides to launch from 3. Air ball. Her 11th point. Builders now lead by 5. 2 full possession lead for the Lady Builders as we get a timeout. Timeout taken by South Carolina Central. And as you can see, the players make their way to the sideline. Their body language isn't the best as they see themselves now down by 5, where at one point in the basketball game, they went on a 16-0 run to get themselves back in this basketball game. 3:08, still an eternity for the Gladiators in this basketball game. So I'm pretty sure Coach Sandu wants to get his team together with 20 seconds on the shot clock and run a play that can, so that his team can see the basketball go in the basket. Builders with a 2-possession lead. As far as foul trouble, there are 3 players in foul trouble right now for the Gladiators. Just Jatanya Brown, she has 4. Ariana Pierce, she has 4. And Mackenzie Evans has 3. No one on the Lady Builders is in any serious foul trouble, as no one has more than 2. That timeout leaves the Gladiators with just 1 for the remainder of the game. Builders have 2 as Jatanya Brown works against Joy Wright. Step back 3. Short. Loose ball tapped around, controlled by Lord. Lord has it slapped away. She had Stratton to her right. If she could have drawn the defense and just simply dished it off to Stratton, Stratton could have finished off that fast break opportunity. The officials have stopped play. As we have an injured player just in front of the Gladiator bench, so we have a stoppage in play. 2:51 remaining in the basketball game. Lady Builders up by 2 scores. I believe that's Fletcher, Destiny Fletcher, who is currently down on the floor being looked at by the trainers. So Destiny Fletcher I think she's already up, actually. So Destiny Fletcher is going to take a seat on the bench. She has 2 points in the basketball game, but she also has 8 rebounds. So hopefully she's okay. She's replaced on the floor by Middleton as the Builders nearly turn that over. Right. Lost it, but Henderson last touched it. 21 seconds on the shot clock, 2:46 on the game clock as Coach Aisha Gainey just did not like that effort. Builders have to value the basketball down the stretch. Here's Wright. No hurry, no rush for the Lady Builders. Right now, the shot clock doesn't matter as Linton Robinson able to convert. Lady Builders now up by 7. Lady Builders up by 3 scores in this one. Henderson able to convert. And that cuts the Builder lead back to 5. Builders have to value the basketball here down the stretch. Stratton gets it over to Lord. Again, Builders no need to be in a big hurry. As Wright decides to go at the defense of Brown. Loose ball on the floor. Jump ball is the call. It is the Gladiators basketball. So again, the plays that the Builders make down the stretch are going to determine the outcome of this basketball game. Here's Middleton. Middleton throws it out of bounds. So the Builders once again must value the basketball for the next 147. They're up by 2 scores, 5 right now. Here's Wright. Wright has it poked away by Henderson. Coach Gainey tried to call a timeout, and they're not going to beat the 10-second clock. So that will be a turnover. As Coach Gainey was trying to get a timeout, but the officials did not award it to her. Instead, it's going to be a backcourt violation. So it will be Gladiator basketball. Lady Builders still holding to a 2-score lead. Brown to inbound. Here's Jatanya Brown. Brown gets it over to Evans. Evans, shot no good, but she's fouled. They're going to give that one to Lamberson. So for Cornesia Lamberson, that is her second personal foul, the team's third. So that will send Mackenzie Evans to the free throw line to shoot 2. Clock stopped at 1.5 minutes, 90 seconds remaining in the basketball game. Evans right now with 6. as we have a stoppage. I think there may have been blood on a player. Minute and a half remaining. Lady Builders up by 5. Evans. Her first one off the mark. Lady Builders lead still remains. As for Evans, these are her first foul shots? Yep, that was her first attempt from the free throw line. So she's currently 0 for 1, make it 1 for 2. Builders still have a 2-score lead at 4. As we have a tie-up, it will be a jump ball situation. Basketball will remain with the Lady Builders. But it is important that the Lady Builders not turn this basketball over. You have to be more insistent. You have to be more intentional with taking care of the basketball. Someone has to flash open. As that one just gets launched, and the Builders commit the foul. So that one would be given to Joy Wright. That'll be her 3rd personal foul.
Builder foul number 10, Joy Wright. That is her 3rd.
That'll be the team's 4th, so no foul shots. We're down to a minute 25, but it is Gladiator basketball, and they trail by 2 scores. As we have a player that hits the floor, they're going to call that one on Evans. So for Mackenzie Evans, that'll be her 4th personal foul, the team's 3rd. So that will be Builder basketball. So this time, Joy Wright, that's just, she has 4. She has 4. Mackenzie Evans has 4, so she's still eligible. And the Builders turn the basketball over. You know, I'm not a coach and I'm not a player, but boy, just from sitting here calling these games, that is making me want to pull my hair out. As the Builders have committed their 23rd turnover. Henderson loses it. Loose ball on the floor, tie up. The basketball still will remain on this end of the floor as the possession arrow is in favor of the Gladiators. 1:16 remaining. Brown trying to find someone to inbound it to. She gets it to Evans. Evans. Brown, step back 3. That was going to be well short. Builders this time able to control the basketball and get it over the timeline as we are now under a minute remaining in this basketball game. Lady Builders with a 2-score lead. Inside to Lamberson. She finishes with the left hand. Lady Builders now up by 6. So it's still only a 2-possession basketball game as Henderson shoots her 3 off the mark. Rebound control by the Lady Builders and Stratton. Stratton working against Middleton, and Middleton commits the foul. So for Maya Middleton, her 2nd personal foul. That'll be the team's 4th. As Coach Sandu calls a timeout, 35.7 seconds remaining. He wants to talk to his basketball team as the Lady Builders hold to a 6-point lead. That timeout is a full timeout. So we'll stay here with them. We knew this game would come down to the wire. Builders in a fantastic position to get out of here with a victory and move on to play Millennia Atlantic in the next round, the number 6 seed. I said earlier that the Lady Builders were the number 2 seed. They're actually the number 1 seed. The number 2 seed has already been eliminated as Millennia Atlantic, the number 6 seed, took out the number 2 seed earlier this afternoon. That doesn't mean that the path to the championship game is that much easier for the Lady Builders. Every single basketball game in this tournament is going to be a tough one. So at the conclusion of this one, 30 minutes later, the men will take the floor, and they'll take on Atlantis University. So stick around and come back with us. That one should be a good one as well. 35.7 seconds. Gladiators out of timeouts. Lady Builders still have 2. Both teams have 4 team fouls. As Joy Wright looks to inbound. She gets it to Lord. Lord gets it to Stratton. Stratton is fouled, 31.9 seconds remaining. They're going to give that foul to Henderson. That'll be her second personal foul, the team's 5th. So that will put Stratton at the line. These are big free throws. If Stratton can make at least one of these, this will put the Builders up by 3 scores. And the first one hits the back of the iron. So once again, if she's able to hit this one, this puts them up by 7. Gladiators would have to come down and start shooting threes eventually, and she misses them both. So it's still play on. Gladiators. Here's Brown, her shot off the glass, and it's good. They have no timeouts as Coach Gainey decides to call one of her 2 timeouts, remaining 21.4 seconds. Lady Builders up by 4. So for the next 21.4 is going to be the foul game. We'll talk about it when we come back. We thought they were going to change that one to a full timeout. Instead, it's going to be a 30. So let's stay here. So it's 21.4 seconds. Coach Gainey calls one of her final 2 timeouts. They're down to 1. Lady Builders up by 4. So the Lady Builders are still up by 2 scores. The Gladiators are going to play the foul game. Why? They have to try to stretch out this 21.4 seconds and try to get as many possessions out of this as they possibly can. Stratton, who was just at the free throw line, just missed 2 foul shots. If the Gladiators can get that type of possession once again, they have an opportunity to come down and try to get something quick and continue to play the foul game. So this inbound and who actually catches this inbound is going to be important. Trying to see how many players. Brown is on the floor. She has 4. Jatanya Brown is on the floor. She has 4. Barnes doesn't have any fouls as they get it into Lamberson. Lamberson is going to be tied up or foul. Which one was it? I think it's going to be a foul. They're going to give that one to Brown, Maya Brown. That is her third. 18 seconds remaining. So that will send Lamberson to the line to shoot 2. As Mackenzie Evans checks back in. So even if Lamberson hits both of these, it's still just a 2-possession lead, and she misses the first one. So this foul, this shot will determine whether the Gladiators want to go for a quick 2 or will they try to go for 3. So that one is big. So they have a decision to make with the basketball with 18 seconds to go. Henderson has to go fast. They can either go for a quick 2, which is they're going to decide to do. Henderson puts it up. Oh, my gosh, we fouled. How in the world, why in the world will we foul is absolutely beyond me, as Shayla Rain Lord will pick up her 3rd personal foul. So that'll send Henderson to the line to shoot free throws with the clock stopped. On the evening, Henderson is 2 of 6 from the free throw line, making 3 of 7. It's now a 4-point lead. Game still not quite over, ladies and gentlemen. Henderson hits them both. And the Lady Builders use their last timeout, 11.7 seconds, holding to a 3-point lead here late against Coach Sandhu and his Gladiators. It's a full timeout. We'll step away. We'll take it with them. We'll be back for the final 11.7 seconds.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
Both teams are in the bonus, 11.7 seconds remaining. Lady Builders up by 3 as the inbound goes to Joy Wright. Took a while for the Gladiators to finally come foul. They're going to give that one to Henderson. That'll be her third, so that will send Joy Wright to the free throw line. Wright this evening is 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. She hits one. This basketball game is pretty much done, and the Lady Builders will advance. Still a play on, 9 seconds remaining. So this is the big one as Coach Ganey pulls her Lady Builders off of the free throw lane. This one is the one that can absolutely seal it if she's able to convert. Big free throw. It's now going to take 2 scores as Henderson has to launch it. Henderson gets it off to Brown. Her shot off the mark, and that'll do it. Lady Builders survive and advance here in the 2025-2026 New South Athletic Conference Women's Basketball Tournament with a 48-44 victory over the Gladiators of South Carolina Central Christian College out of Doral, Florida. That was a good one. Did not want it to be that close, but congratulations to the Lady Builders as they will advance to tomorrow's game against Millennia Atlantis. So we will let you know what time that game will take place, but in the meantime, the men, it'll be at noon. All right, so we will be back with you to find out how the Lady Builders do tomorrow against Millennia Atlantis. So we were going to take a break, 30 minutes. It'll be the men taking on Atlantis. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. Builders win 48-44.